Y'all already know what it is. Salute to all my generals, salute to all my kings, salute to all my lions, salute to all my real men. Let's get it. Red ID, mittens on. Getting out those mittens and popping off, making the movie, turning it up, putting that work in, eating food while you in the box, red ID with mittens on. Let's get into it. All facts. So around this time I'm adolescents, not an adult, adolescents. So I learned how to get out my mittens. Salute, nothing but love to the bro, King Vet, one of the originators from LKG. Now I know King Vet personally from the streets. He from 183rd, Valentine area. At that time I was around 183rd, Riot Avenue. So I knew him, I knew his little brother, shout out to Edward. Anyway, so we was in the 4 building. He ends up going to court with me. And I talked about Vec when he turned it up in the court pens. And he shot 3 homies. He shot one nigga real greasy, just grabbed the nigga by his ear, was like, yo, and gave it to him like that. And just moved the nigga, tossed him like, talking shit to him, like cut him, like, yeah, motherfucker, because he had both his hands out. Like, your hand's still connected to the shackle, but he got one loose, and the other, like, the other one's connected to the chain. He got his mittens out. You know what I'm saying? He's still cuffed to the buckle. You know what I mean? But your hands is loose where you can move them. You know what I mean? To a certain extent, you can't just go all the way out free, but your hands, you got your mittens, my nigga. Like, you got slack now, you can move. You can put work in. You can grab somebody, you can hurt somebody. So, yeah, he cut 3 of them in Bronx Supreme Court. 3 homies. They put this little nigga in the pens. I talked about this already. He shot 3 of them. So this is somebody that put me on to how to get out of the mittens, because I ended up going to the box. You know what I'm saying? And when I go to the box, he put me on. Also, what also plays a part is the CO that's cuffing you. Some COs at the time wasn't hip to what we was doing to get out of our shit. Some COs was hip, and they used to even put the cuffs a little bit extra looser. The COs worked with the dudes in jail, B. Not all of them, but a nice majority of them. They used to work with us. You know what I mean? They used to like, literally like, yo, listen, I'm gonna cuff this nigga, I'm gonna leave his shit on tight. And sometimes black COs will cuff black inmates, Spanish COs will just cuff Spanish inmates. It's just a fact. That's how it was in Rikers Island. Everybody was picking sides, from the correction officers to the niggas locked up. You know what I'm saying? And the COs respected dudes that was putting that work in, because sometimes it used to be like they knew that we was gonna be the problems. So if you don't work with us, we're gonna be even more of a problem. So to make us be quiet, to make us be happy as much as we could possibly be happy, sometimes they would work with us to a certain extent. A lot of times we ain't give a fuck, we in jail. We'll talk like good shit to the CO, but at the end of the day, we know when them niggas got their boots on and they coming up suited and booted to extract us or beat us up, they gonna put hands and feet on us too. Ain't nothing no different. So, but they used to fucking work with motherfuckers, facts. So, the nigga Vec put me on how to get out my mans. And then he used to tell me too, like, you know what I'm saying, don't start maneuvering your shit already if you could, while you already on the bus. So when we in the bus and we cuffed, you already working on moving your shit, getting your shit out. You know what I'm saying? You always gotta have, obviously, your ratchet gotta be cheeked, or it gotta be, sometimes you get lucky enough you can have it in your hand when they put it in there, depending on who's cuffing you. You know what I'm saying? Or you had it somewhere like in your clothes, but usually it was both, or you had it cheap. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, it depended on the COs that was working. Because sometimes you could just have that shit in your underwear and you good. Once you get your hand out, you Gucci. So we end up going to the yard in the bang. I'm seeing all the bros. Homies is going crazy on the yard, talking shit. Oh, we got another one. Yo, where you from? What house you from? Whatever. The homies was wild deep already. We was definitely already outnumbered. But at this time, it was like the lines that was left, we was putting that work in, period. Wasn't talking, we was putting that work in. We already knew what it was. Wherever we was at, you had to put that work in. That's why I was in the box right then and there. Because that's another story. This bitch tried to pack me up and send me to a house where she knew I couldn't be at, where I couldn't live at. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like all blood niggas in there. So, and we was like, this is the war. I knew I had to make it hot, so that's exactly what I did. And then I ended up in the box, and by my bomb, bada boom, somebody got cut. Wasn't me, obviously. And now I'm in the bang, red ID. I ended up crossing paths with my boy Vic. He put me on to his game when we had court. He in the big boy box in OBCC. I'm just in the forward of it. You know what I'm saying? But just him schooling me, I already was on point. So now the next time I'm with the court with the mittens on, I'm practicing. I'm like, oh shit, I'm good. First time I went to court with the mittens on, some nigga was trying to shake out, some blood dude. You hear it, it's weird, bro. You go into the pins, picture this shit. Motherfuckers is cuffs, belt around, a chain belt, connected to your shackles, connected to your motherfucking mittens. And then this time your mittens is in the back. So your shit is behind your hand. You know what I'm saying? Once you get that one hand loose, you know what I'm saying? That's when it's a problem. And now you got slack to where you can move this hand a little bit forward and you can get the mitten off of this hand also. So, first time I went to court, niggas was trying to shake out. I'm like, oh shit, and it was a blood nigga. He over there fighting on the wall, he rubbing on the wall. All you hear is the ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. This is all you hear, bro. All you hear is this. The nigga trying, that's the chains clinging while he's trying to shake the mittens off. And the last time I seen a nigga do that was when the bro vet got loose and he cut 3 homies. I couldn't get out my mittens. I wasn't hip to the game yet at the point. So if he would've got out his shit, I'd have got them dirty. So he couldn't get out his shit, and he was making so much noise, the CEOs was like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? And they went in there, they seen the nigga, cracked the pan, tightened his shit up. His shit was a little bit loose, so the CEO just didn't have it loose enough, he couldn't get out his shit. They tightened his shit up, so boom, Gucci. Now, niggas ain't doing nothing. Like, niggas really want to get on some animalistic shit, niggas start headbutting each other. I seen headbutt wars, headbutting, bro. Motherfuckers can't do shit to each other but rush each other, bro, and run into and try to headbutt each other, bro. That's how crazy it was in the pins, man. Niggas just like, yo, fuck it, you on site, I'm gonna do it even with my hands tied behind my back. That's how serious it was. To a point where it looks funny. You looking at that shit like, what the fuck is these niggas doing? And you got niggas in there like this, looking like a bunch of fucking SEALs fighting, bro. Like, shit was ridiculous, the shit niggas used to do, bro. When niggas was trying to really get at each other, but it was only limited things that you could do. It's like, fuck, whatever I can do, I'm gonna try to do. But not everybody was doing that. But it was a chosen few that was, like, they ain't give a fuck. So, next time I went to court, same shit, but now this time, I got a lot of slack. You know what I'm saying? And I got my bitch on deck, and the CEO that was working was like the people's. So when I got the mittens put on me, getting ready to go to the to the court pins and they get on the bus. Well, actually, we go straight to the bus in the box. So the ones in the box is the ones that cuff us up and all that. Once we went straight to bus, I already had my razor in my hand and I had the mittens in my shit and I already had mad slack and I knew I was going to court with this one homie. You know what I'm saying? His name was Shiesty B. Now, I think there's a couple of Shiesty B's, but this Shiesty B, to be specific, was a fat, short, grimy nigga from Queens, if I'm correct, Queens or Brooklyn, Shiesty B. And he was homie. I believe he was non-Trey. So he was going to court with me. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting, he's not from the Bronx, but he was fighting for cutting somebody. And anytime you cut somebody, guess what courthouse you go to? Bronx Supreme Court, my nigga. All cuttings, any slashing, it doesn't go to borough. You cut somebody, you go to Bronx Supreme Court. That's why Bronx Supreme Court be so popping, because that's where a lot of shooters go for a lot of their cases. Facts. Now, I may have changed now. I haven't been in prison for the last 11 years. You know what I'm saying? God bless. Hopefully I keep it up, God willing. But that's a fact. A lot of the killers, a lot of the cutters, a lot of the shooters, and all the charges that you was catching on Rikers Island or you going to Bronx Supreme Court for all that shit. So it doesn't matter what borough you from, you're going to Bronx Supreme Court for an assault charge or a cutting charge. So anyway, me and him, we going to court pens together. So he know I'm king, you know what I mean? I know he blood. We already been talking slick shit to each other when we on the bus. So he like, yo, so he was talking shit. He's like, yo, you little vex, little cub, cause you little fat nigga. He had me on weight all day, I ain't gonna lie. And probably like my size, a little bit shorter, maybe like, but he definitely had me on weight. He was a fat nigga. Not no fat, crazy, sloppy nigga, but definitely had me on weight though. So anyway, what happens? He talking his shit, I'm talking my shit. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever, nigga. You ain't doing shit, you fat ass motherfucker. Go on a diet, nigga. You fucking might eat a cheeseburger and you gonna have a heart attack. You know what I mean? He talking all that shit. We finally get out. I'm talking to bros to see if there's any bros in the pens. I mean, in the bus with me behind me, because I'm in my small ass. You know how it is. For those that don't, they put us in a fucking small ass cage where we sitting down, shackled, mittens on. It's like very uncomfortable and crazy. And the rest of the seats are behind us, and that's where population is at. Adolescents and adults mix sometimes. The females be behind us a lot of times. A lot of times the females was coming with us. But anyway, finally get back to the courthouse. You know what I mean? I'm already like more than halfway out. My mittens is already like right here. Now, the trick is like, it still looks like it's up here because you're holding it. So the slack makes it look like it's where it's supposed to be, but when you let it go, you know what I mean? It still looks like where it's at, but you got room, you know what I'm saying? And my shit, so all I gotta do is, and I'm out. You know what I mean? My hand is free, nigga. So I already know I'm about to light this nigga up, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they put us in the pens. I believe he was in the pens first. And then they put me in the pens. And when I got into the pens, it was already like 3 niggas in the pens, all in one pen, all box, all niggas from the box. So when I get in there, I see this nigga like moving funny, you know what I mean? Trying to get his mittens off. Once I get in there, you know what I'm saying? I put my back against the wall, put my fucking foot on the chain, you know what I mean? And then I start, all it took was one push, and my shit was out. Woo. My shit was out. I ain't do nothing. Once my shit was out, I just kept it on the low. I'm looking around. I go on the gate. I'm looking at the fat nigga still fucking with his shit. Niggas is talking to bros on the gate, like, dudes is talking to dudes on the gate, talking about like, yo, you got any cigarettes? Niggas always asking for cigarettes. Back then you can still smoke cigarettes. You know, niggas in the box be fucked up and all that shit. If you ain't got no commissary, you done. But anyway, I'm in there. I get on the gate. I look. I'm like, there's no CO. Everybody's already in the other cage. I pull my hand out. I'm like, yo, what happened to all that shit you was talking about, nigga? That nigga seen, yo, his fucking eyes and he hit the wall so hard, like he like tried to, like he hit the wall so hard that shit sounded like a bell, like some boom, like that shit just echoed throughout because it's all mad, bro. He was a fat nigga. Like when he seen what was about to happen, you know what I'm saying? He knew what was about to happen, and he was like trying to run through the wall, I guess. And then he was like, yo, nah, that's not, chill, homie, nah. You know, it wasn't really nothing to talk about. Now, I ain't doing him dirty as I could have, but I did him dirty. You know what I'm saying? Shiesty B from Brooklyn. I did him dirty, I ain't even gonna lie. I did him real nice. I put some good work on that nigga. Some shit where it's like, yeah, you can see it. You know what I mean? To this day, wherever the fuck he at, you gonna see it. I don't give a fuck if he lost weight or he's still fat. That shit you ain't gonna be able to avoid. You know what I'm saying? Cause that shit, you know what I mean, it's coming down. You know what I mean? I caught his lip, all that. I mean, I came down nice on that nigga. And after I shot the nigga the first time, I was talking my shit, and I shot the nigga again. You know what I mean? The next one went across the nigga. That one wasn't as bad, but then everybody in the pens was talking wild shit, like scared and shit, like, yo, what the fuck was shit, CO? Like other niggas is talking about CO. I say this, Shiesty B was scared to fucking death. When he seen that blood coming out of the motherfucking face, he knew what it was, and he was falling, trying to run away from me and shit, stumbling and shit, hitting the wall and shit, and I'm just creeping up on the nigga, taking my time, because I got my whole hand out. Niggas can't do nothing. Like, my whole hand is out, bro. And all these niggas is cuffed behind their back. So peep game. So what happens is I shoot the nigga, hit the nigga 2 times. He's stumbling, fumbling. Other niggas are saying, CO. I go jump over to the toilet, throw the razor in the toilet, flush the toilet. Put my hands in the toilet, start washing that hand. And by the time the COs is trying to come over, I'm already trying to motherfucking put my hand back inside my man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over there like this. While they coming in like, what the fuck? And they see this nigga cutting. They see other niggas like, yo, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm over here going along with the shit, adding on like, yo, this shit's crazy. Cause these dudes was mad animated in the pen. It was like 5, 6 of these niggas in the pens. And they was all scared to death right now. They probably thought I was gonna cut them too. But the only nigga I shot was the nigga Shiesty B, because he was the only nigga that I had beef with. You know what I mean? I ain't know if any of these other niggas in the pens was blood with me or not. I knew he was, and I knew I had beef with the nigga. And we was talking shit to each other before, like the boss. Like we used to talk shit to each other, you know what I mean, in adolescence. Like he was somebody that was known in adolescence in C-74, and he was blood, he was in 2 upper, and I was also in C-74 at the time in 4 man. And ended up catching the nigga Shiesty B. Ended up popping out my mans, and that was my first cutting while I'm on red ID on somebody else. Facts. Let's get into it. Nothing but smoke. 100% facts. Holla at your twin.